Prepare yourself.
Ang silid-aralan sa radyo, hatid din ay nakabang paraan ng pagtuturo at kalaman, mapamaga, tanghali o hapon. Ang istasyon nagbibigay impormasyon kahit sa ngayon.
Here we go.
106.3 Dance Radio. From Aurora National High School, Santa Rita, Aurora, Isabela. This 106.3 DWBR-FM.
Music, arts, physical education, and health. Mga aralin na dapat malaman, inyong tututukan dito sa Dance Radio. Ang istasyon na magbibigay ng edukasyon kahit saan. Ito ang 106.3 Dance Radio. Totoong na Aurora National High School, Santa Rita, Aurora, Isabela. Ang silid-aralan sa radyo. 106.3 DWBR-FM. Dance Radio. Sa MAPEH, learning is amazing.
Good day, grade 10 learners! I am glad to be with you in 30-minute broadcast. I hope that you will enjoy our interesting topic. Please get your writing materials, module, and a separate sheet of paper so we can start our lesson in Health 10. The module provides you the different activities that will help you become familiar with the topics or lessons about consumer health. Assistance of your parents, siblings, or relatives are encouraged in answering the module, particularly in the activities where you need to perform tasks. Are you ready to start?
Yes, ma'am.
Good luck! From the previous lesson in Health 9, you have learned from the last quarter about intentional injuries. Let us go back with the definition of intentional injuries. What is intentional injuries?
Ma'am, intentional injuries are injuries resulting from violence. It can be self-inflicted and assault.
Very good! What is the difference between self-inflicted and assault injuries?
Ma'am, self-inflicted injuries when a person harms herself or himself for a purpose, while assault is when a person or persons harm another for a purpose.
Very well said! What are the different kinds of intentional injuries?
Ma'am, we have suicide or para-suicide, domestic violence, bullying, and stalking.
That's right! What else?
Ma'am, extortion, gang and youth violence, fraternity, kidnapping, terrorism, verbal abuse, and sexual abuse.
Very good! It seems that you really understood our past lesson in Health 9. And always remember, those injuries will expose you to harm and danger. It has a great effect on our physical, mental, social, emotional, and moral spiritual health. Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, let's proceed to our lesson in Health 10. At the end of this RPI lesson, you are expected to explain the guidelines and criteria in the selection and evaluation of health information, products and services, and discuss the various health service providers and healthcare plans. To begin our discussion, let us listen to a song titled Alam Mo Ba? Here is the song.
Alam mo ba? Alam niyo ba? Alam mo ba? Alam niyo ba? Kung di ba makikita muna, bilang consumer, meron kang karapatan na dapat mong malaman para sa iyong kalusugan. Halina't pakinggan ang aming awit, awit na puno ng kaalaman. Karapatang makabili ng gamot at damit, mga bagay na di dapat ipagkait, pagkain at pangangailangan. Makikita mo ito sa mga tindahan. Karapatang maging ligtas sa mga produkto, malinis at maayos na serbisyo, mainam na ang may alam, ibang di ka mapag-iwanan. Alam mo ba? Alam niyo ba? Alam mo ba? Alam niyo ba? Alam mo ba? Alam niyo ba? Kung di ba makinig ka muna. Alam mo ba? Meron kang karapatan, karapatang tumanggi, karapatang mamili, karapatang umangan pag kulang ang iyong sukli, karapatang malaman ang tunay na presyo. Dapat nakalabas, hindi nakatago, basta't lagi mong tandaan. Alam mo ba? Alam niyo ba? Kung di pa makinig ka muna.
You have just heard the song titled Alam Mo Ba? What does it pertains to?
Ma'am, it pertains to the importance of being a wise consumer.
Very good! What else?
Ma'am, it tells about the things to consider in buying health products and availing health services.
Very well said! Are there anything else?
Ma'am, it presents the rights of being a wise consumer, wherein a consumer should have the necessary knowledge before buying the products and be aware of the information given by other people.
Very good! All of us are consumers. We acquire information, purchase products, and avail health services to appraise, improve, and maintain our health to ensure our safety, especially in this time of pandemic. And I believe with your answers, you are now ready for today's lesson. In this light, we must be all educated consumers who make wise selection of information, products, and services that are scientifically proven and legally approved. It is our duty to evaluate and examine the reliability of the sources. Let us find out how can we be educated in consumer health. What is consumer health?
Ma'am, consumer health is all about making decisions and having a clear and deeper understanding to make wise choices.
Correct! How about health consumer?
Ma'am, health consumer pertains to the person or people buying health products, information, and services. To the person or people buying health products, information, and services.
You were right! There are three components of consumer health. What are those components?
Ma'am, the first one is health information.
Correct! What is health information all about?
Ma'am, health information is any concept, step, or advice that various sources give to aid the health status of an individual.
That's correct! Health information plays a big role in the life of individual because It gives details that people can use to make informed decisions about our health and others. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. Who are considered reliable sources of health information?
Ma'am, the reliable sources of health information are the doctors, dentists, nurses, and health science educators.
Great answer. Who else?
Ma'am, we also have government agencies like the Department of Health, Food and Drug Administration, Bureau of Food and Drugs, and the Department of Trade and Industry.
Great job. Are there some more?
Ma'am, we also have the websites ending on gov, edu, and org.
Very good. Any more?
Ma'am, the local health officials as well as the educational institutions are considered reliable sources of information.
You are correct. People acquire health information from various sources such as authorized persons, media and technology, and it is important to identify the reliability of these sources. On the other hand, there are also some unreliable sources of information. What and who are those?
Ma'am, that outdated customs, practices, and superstitions without scientific basis.
Correct! What else?
Ma'am, the information based on prejudice.
Yes, it's correct. Are there some more?
Ma'am, we also have the commercialized health information.
Very good. Any more?
Ma'am, we also believe with our personal options and incomplete information.
That's great. Are there some more ideas?
Ma'am, many of us also believe to the quacks or pseudo-healers.
Exactly. Those are people who are not expert in this field. They are just giving information and services that are not scientifically proven to be safe and effective. Aside from health information, we also consume products as part of our daily needs. What do you mean by health products?
Ma'am, health products are food, drugs, cosmetics, devices, biological, vaccine, reagents, and household substances.
You're right! And these products may be purchased from various places like supermarkets, pharmacies, and hospitals. Can you give some examples of these products?
Ma'am, examples are eyeglasses, appliances, medicines, grooming aids, car, and many more.
Those are correct! Health products affect the overall well-being of an individual. Now, aside from health information and health products, people also avail various health services from different providers. What are healthcare services?
Ma'am, healthcare services refer to the furnishing of medicine, medical or surgical treatments, nursing, hospital service, dental service, optometric service, and complementary health services.
Very good! They are often connected to healthcare. These programs aim to appraise the health conditions of individuals through screening and examinations, cure and treat disorders, prevent and control the spread of diseases, provide safety, emergency care, and first aid to ensure a follow-up program for individuals who have undergone treatments. Now, can you give some tips on how to be a wise consumer?
First, gather correct and sufficient information, ma'am.
Correct! How will you do that?
Ma'am, we must get as much information by reading critically the details on the nutritional quality of the food. Be aware that being knowledgeable of the laws will protect us as consumers.
Very good! Who has another idea?
Ma'am, compare and contrast details of available products.
You're right! How will you compare and contrast details?
Ma'am, we compare compare and contrast the products and services available before we purchase them and judge for ourselves which among the products are most effective.
That's a great idea! What else?
Ma'am, inquire for more and review if possible.
Correct! How will you do it?
Ma'am, ask direct questions from sales personnel if there are things about the product that are not clear before buying it.
Bright idea! Consumers should clarify things that will make them more confident as consumers. Then we can also get some information from other consumers regarding the product. We shall have more of our lesson after this infomercial.
Amazing tips sa pag-aaral ngayong new normal.
Una, matulog sa tamang oras. Siguraduhin mula 7 hanggang 8 oras ang iyong pagtulog.
Sapat na iyan upang gumana ng maayos ang utak upang makapag-isip. Siguradong good day ka, kaibigan.
Ikalawa, magtala o gumawa ng sariling schedule. Mahalaga ang time management, kaibigan.
Itala ang mga subject na kinakailangan mong pag-aralan sa buong araw. Maglaan ng oras para sa mga ito.
Ikatlo, pumili ng lugar sa iyong pag-aaral. Focus!
Kailangan mo yan. Kaya nararapat na komportable
At tahimik na lugar ang iyong kalalagyan.
Huwag rin kalilimutang ipahinga ang utak.
Find time to relax upang handa ka muling mag-aral kinabukasan.
At iyan ang ating amazing tips, kaibigan.
Kahit new normal, tuloy pa rin ang pag-aaral.
Isang paalaman mula sa MAPEH Learning Area at ng himpilang ito. Kaya nakikinig sa Health Grade 10 kasama si Teacher Monica Jalen G.
Back! Let us continue our discussion. Health services are usually by healthcare providers. A healthcare provider is a trained professional who provides people with health care. Therefore, health services are offered by health service providers. Who are those giving health services?
Ma'am, health professionals. These are individuals who are licensed to practice medicine and other allied health programs and work in the medical profession.
Very well said! This pertains to our doctors, dentists, nurses, nutritionists, and other physicians based on their area of specialization. Can you give some examples of physician?
Ma'am, cardiologist. He specializes in the diagnosis and treatment of diseases of the heart and blood vessels.
Very good! Another?
Ma'am, orthopedist. He specializes in correcting deformities of the musculoskeletal system by means of surgery.
That's great! Those are some of the physicians who provide preventive services to protect and give continuous supervision to our total health. Another type of health services is the healthcare facilities. What is all about this? Do you have any idea?
Yes, ma'am. These are places or institutions that offer healthcare services like hospitals, health centers, walk-in surgery centers, and the external healthcare facilities.
Good job! What are the services offered by walk-in surgery center and extended healthcare facility?
Ma'am, walk-in surgery center is a facility that offers surgery without the patient being admitted in the hospital, while the extended healthcare facility provides treatment, nursing care, and residential services to patients, often the elderly.
That's great! What about the services given by hospitals and health centers?
Ma'am, a hospital is an institution that offers different kinds of medical care for inpatient and outpatients, while health centers give services that cater to a specific population with various health needs.
You were right! Those healthcare facilities are a big help for us to prevent any disease and protect our total health. Now, let's continue to the next type of health services, health insurance. What is health insurance?
Ma'am, it is a financial agreement between an insurance company and an individual or group for the payment of healthcare costs.
Correct! One of the government-owned and controlled corporations is the PhilHealth. It is created through Republic Act 7875, also known as the National Health Insurance Act of 1965. How does it help the insured individual?
Ma'am, it aims to provide health insurance coverage for all Filipinos and ensure affordable, acceptable, and accessible healthcare services for all citizens of the Philippines.
Very good! Can you still remember the vision statement of PhilHealth?
Yes, ma'am.
Let's see! What is the vision of PhilHealth?
Ma'am, bawat Pilipino miyembro protektado, kalusugan ng lahat protektado.
You are right! PhilHealth ensures that every Filipino is a member by covering them under different membership programs which are categorized according to various sectors of our society. Who are the qualified members of PhilHealth?
Ma'am, those employed in the government and private sectors, household helpers, family drivers, and owners of small, medium, and large enterprises.
Very good! Members should be enrolled by their respective employers, while others apply membership on their own. Before we continue, let's have an infomercial.
Pangarap? Droga?
Droga? Pangarap?
Pumili ka. Isa lang.
Dahil kapag nagdroga ka,
Pangarap mo'y
Walang halaga.
pamilya, droga,
droga, pamilya.
Pumili ka. Isa lang.
dahil kapag nagdroga ka,
Kinabukasan ng pamilya'y wasak na.
Buhay. Droga.
Droga, buhay,
pumili ka, isa lang.
pero pag nagdroga ka,
Buhay mo parang tinapos mo na.
Huwag gawin ang isang bagay na pagsisisihan.
isang paalala mula sa Doña Aurora National High School at ng himpilang ito. Kaya nakikinig sa Health Grade 10 kasama si Teacher Monica Jane and Jane.
I'm back! This time, let us accomplish Activity 1 titled My Source of Information.
My source of information.
On page 4, Directions. The following are sources of information on consumer health. Classify them by writing the item number inside the box. The left box should contain the reliable sources, while the right box should contain those which are not. Is that clear? Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Very good. Let's answer number 1. The word is neighbors. Is it reliable source or not a reliable source? What is your answer?
Ma'am, the answer is not a reliable source.
You were correct! Do the following items in your most convenient time after the broadcast. Let's proceed to the next activity. What's more?
What's more?
On page 10, activity 1 titled Let's Go Shopping.
Let's go shopping.
Directions. Write 5 examples of health products that people buy and consume using the web. Copy the web and write your answers on a separate sheet of paper after the broadcast. Let's proceed to activity 2, titled Think About It.
Think about it.
Directions. Write down the names of as many individuals as you know who are PhilHealth members. On the second row, state the reason of their membership category. Copy the table and write your answer on a separate sheet of paper after the broadcast. Let's proceed to another activity titled Let's Dig More.
Let's dig more.
On page 13, directions. From the products that you have identified in activity 1, write the necessary information about the product. Copy the table given in your module on a separate sheet of paper. For your performance task, you will choose either of the following activities based from our topic for today about consumer health. 1. Compose a song. 2. Make a poster. And 3. Slogan. Submit your output to your respective MAPEH teacher via email, messenger, or any platform of submission. Am I understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, let us summarize our lesson for today. What have you learned from our discussion?
Ma'am, we have learned the different components of consumer health.
Very good! What else?
Ma'am, in consumer health, this includes the health information, products and services being gathered, acquired, and fulfilled by an individual.
Correct! What more?
Ma'am, we also discussed the values of health service providers and healthcare plans.
Very good! Before we end up our lesson, let me check if you really understood our lesson by determining whether the given statements are true or false. Let us answer number 1. Here is the statement. 1. Information based on health magazines and bulletin is considered reliable. What is your answer?
Ma'am, the answer is false.
You were right. Why false?
Ma'am, because information from health magazines and bulletin are not reliable.
Very good. Number 2. Here is the statement. Consumer health is not just about buying health products and services. What is your answer?
Ma'am, the answer is true.
Correct! For your last activity, reflection part, answer this question. Is there a need for you to know the guidelines in choosing products? Why? Write your answers on a separate sheet of paper. Do not forget to answer also the validating questions. Is that clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Congratulations! We're done with today's lesson. I hope you have learned a lot from our discussion. Do not forget to ask your respective mother teachers through their mobile phones or messenger if you have questions or queries. I would like to acknowledge the teachers behind the RBI lesson. Teacher Joanna Marie Escamiendo, the script writer. Teacher Fausto S. Maneja, the content editor. Teacher Beverly L. Ramirez, language editor. Teacher Arnel Villagasca, our technical specialist. And our overall quality assurance team, Sir Leonidas C. Bernardo, Head Teacher 3 of MAPEH Learning Area. Dr. Rodrigo V. Pasqua, Chief Education Supervisor and Officer in charge of the school. And Ma'am Ruby R. Guillermo, our Assistant School Principal. This is your radio teacher, Teacher Monica Gillimbin, saying, don't rely on labels to give you the information you need. Trust only the ingredient list and your gut. By Yancy Lael. God bless everyone and goodbye!
Music, arts, physical education, and health. Mga aralin na dapat malaman inyong tututukan dito sa Dance Radio. Ang istasyon magbibigay ng edukasyon kahit saan. Ito ang 106.3 Dance Radio. Totoong na Aurora National High School. Santa Rita, Aurora, Isabel. Ang silid-aralan sa radyo. 106.3 DWDR-FM. WDR-FM. Dance Radio. Sa MAPEH, learning is amazing.
Dance Radio, sige kalalan sa radyo. Atin namin magbabago para ang pagtuturo.
Wala nang makakapigil pa. Sulong Arangkada 106.3 Dance Radio sa Aurora, Isabela.
Edukasyo'y susulong, sana magtulong-tulong. Sulong edukalidad, Dance Radio. Learning is amazing.
Yes, isang napakagandang at napakalamig na hapon sa ating lahat, Grade 10 learners. Tuloy-tuloy ang ating pag-ulan ngayong hapon. Nagsimula kaninang umaga, kaya naman napakalamig ng ating panahon, Sir Dante. At dahil malamig, anong okasyon ang ating nararamdaman ngayon?
Yes!
Palapit na ng palapit ang
Christmas!
bagyo daw,
Bagyo
sabi
ba?
ni Sir Jocelyn.
Yes.
Siyempre, bonus.
At hindi lang yan, Sir Francis, we are celebrating our Teachers
Day! Happy World Teachers Day!
to everyone!
Okay, sa lahat ng mga guro, lahat ng mga teachers, Happy Teachers Day sa ating lahat, of course. Okay, so masarap mahiga ngayon, Sir Dante.
Yes.
Malamang yung mga iba sa atin nakahiga na sa kanilang mga kama. Okay, at higit sa lahat, masarap din humigop syempre ng mainit na kape. At ang pinakamasarap na gagawin ngayon ng ating mga grade 10 learners, syempre, ang makinig sa ating live streaming ngayong hapon.
They're going to watch, listen, participate, and learn.
Okay, so that's why we are encouraging you, grade 10 learners, to participate in our MAPEH Quest in Health 10. Okay, and I am with Ma'am Joanna, Ma'am Annalisa, and Sir Dante. Yan ang magpapainit ng ating hapon ngayong araw. Paiinitin
Yes, of
tayo ng mga grade 10 teachers. And of course, ito na ang ating last week, Sir Dante. Parang kahapon lang
Parang
nagsimula
kailan
tayo
lang,
ng music.
yes.
Okay, last week na natin ngayon. So this will be our last component in MAPEH, which
Grade
is health. Okay, so next week, Second
9
shift
naman.
na tayo, grade 9 and grade 7 naman. Okay? Kaya mga grade 10, medyo bilisan natin magpasa or gumawa ng ating mga output dahil next week, wala na tayong MAPEH. Okay, so bago ko hayaang bumati ang aking mga kasama dito, syempre shout out ko muna ang aking magaganda at mga gwapong anak, ang grade 10, SPA Obra, SPA Sinagtala, and 10 Yakal. Okay, mag-comment na kayo sa ating comment box ng inyong section for your attendance today.
Wow, na-inspire naman ako dyan sa malamig na panahon. Ang pagdating ng ating Pasko at lalong-lalo na ang celebration ng World Teachers Day at higit sa lahat, ang nalalapit na bonus.
Yeah. Sabi ko sa inyo, mag-iinit tayo ngayong araw eh.
Okay, shout out sa mga grade 10 Einstein, Mendeley, and Rutherford. And ganun din sa klase ni Sir Mark Baramaspas, ang 10 Makawali at 10 Lawan. So samahan niyo naman kami sa minuto na balitaktakan sa ating Health 10. Ma'am Ana.
Ang saya-saya naman. No, magandang buhay sa aking magaganda mga gwapong 10 Mulabe at 10 Banaba. Ganun din sa mga estudyante ni Ma'am Chatra Milay Kalimot, ang mga 10 Talisay. Ganun din sa mga estudyante ni Sir Mark Domingo, ang mga 10 Almasiga, Jimilina, Camagong. At ganun din, magandang buhay sa mga estudyante ni Sir Arnold Timon, 10 Nara at 10 Acacia.
And of course, syempre, Ate Ana, Ma'am Ana, shout out din sa aking mga estudyante from 10 SPJ. And of course, yung mga estudyante ni Sir Mark Ibes Bilabert, ang 10 Tanggile at 10 Tindalo. Ayan. And of course, let us try to acknowledge also our administrator. Good afternoon to our OIC, Dr. Rodrigo B. Pascua, to our Assistant Principal, Ma'am Ruby Guillermo, sa ating mga head teacher, Ma'am Emily, Ma'am Opelia, Sir Perdy, Ma'am Jackie, Ma'am Merlinda, Ma'am Annabelle, Sir Jefferson, and of course, sa ating napakasipag at napakabait na head teacher ng MAPEH Learning Area, Sir Leonidas C. Bernardo. Good afternoon po sa ating lahat. Sir
Okay,
Francis?
thank you, grade 10 teachers. So, ramdam ko na ready na ang ating mga grade 10 learners sa pakikinig sa ating aralin ngayong araw. And with that, we are encouraging you, grade 10 learners, again, to participate in our discussion in all the activities for today's episode in Health 10. So, paki-comment sa ating mga chat box ang salitang ready to start our discussion. Okay,
Ayan,
mag-comment
ang
tayo
dami.
ng ready.
Ang dami
Ready na ba
nagchat-chat.
sila?
Ready, oo. Dami na nagchat-chat.
Okay, so what are we going to expect to our lesson for today, Ma'am Joanna?
Okay, so at the end of this lesson, the learners of grade 10 are expected to explain the guidelines and criteria in the selection and evaluation of health information, products, and services, and discuss the various health service providers in healthcare class. So, kailangan natin balikan ano ba yung mga PowerPoint po tayo.
Meron, sir, yung PowerPoint natin, Sir Jashil?
Ayan, siguro, before we proceed on the things that we're going to expect this afternoon, Ma'am Joanna, let's try to have a short flashback of what transpired during their grade 9. Kasi ang grade 9 ay prerequisite ng kanilang grade 10. Continuation ba? Okay. So during their grade 9, in health education, first quarter they learn about community health. Wherein nagkaroon sila ng awareness how are they going to take care of the community, of their health, in not only their personal health but the health of the community. Sa second quarter naman, napag-aralan nila ang drug education wherein we give a lot of information dissemination ang nangyari sa ating mga estudyante so that alam nila ang gagawin nila in case may mga taong gumagamit ng illegal drugs. And of course, we give them a lot of advice in regards to not to use what we call illegal drugs. And of course, in their third quarter, na-impart sa kanila yung mga instances or situation na ang title ng third quarter nila is unintentional injuries, yung mga accidents, ano ang gagawin nila if in case na nasa peligro ang kanilang buhay sa mga aksidente. And finally, sa fourth quarter nila, napag-aralan yung tinatawag nating intentional injuries. How are they going to refrain from this? Ano ang kailangan nilang gawin para sa ganun ay maiwasan itong mga intentional injuries. And of course, I really believe that the grade 10 ngayon ay maraming natutunan last year, and I hope they have applied all their learnings last year in health education 9. At ngayon, mas lalo na naman sila matututo because we're going to connect what they have learned during their grade 9 in health education. Okay? Yan na napag-aralan nila last year. Now, tingnan natin ang pagsisimula ng ating health education. Simulan natin sa isang motivation. Okay? Panoorin natin. Ma'am Ana?
Okay, so, napakarami.
Kalimutan ko to. Meron pala ito.
Last year, no? Hoping yung grade 10 natin ngayon, i-apply nila lahat yung mga learning nila noong grade 9 sila. So, before we continue with our discussion, let us watch this video.
Yan.
11, 12.
People all over the world are increasingly taking more responsibility for their loved ones. Self-care has never been more
important in helping people achieve better health. It is playing an increasingly significant role in healthcare systems worldwide. We provide consumers with tools, knowledge, and resources to help them effectively practice self-care through the use of non-prescription medicines, nutritional supplements, medical devices, and other self-care solutions. Millions of people around the world are familiar with our products. Often, these products have been part of their lives for several generations.
My family is the most important thing in my life. We've always used Bepanthen to protect skin. That's what I learned from my family.
Through a strong focus on products in core categories such as analgesics, nutritionals, dermatology, digestive health, cardiovascular risk prevention, cough and cold, allergy, foot care and sun protection, we enable our consumers to take better care of their health and well-being. We also aspire to advance digitalization in the healthcare market with digital product and services. In addition, we will continue to selectively pursue external growth opportunities that increase our footprint in strategic focus markets and to make strong investments in consumer-centric innovation.
Okay, Sir Dante?
Okay, you have just had watched a video. Okay? Let's try to have an idea. Ano nga ba ang meron sa video na yan na ipinakita natin? Okay, magbigay nga tayo kung ano yung mga ideas na meron dyan sa video na pinanood natin. Sir Francis?
Yes, Sir Dante. It's all about the consumer health na marami tayong pangangailangan. It's not only food, medicine, cosmetics, and also some services. So pinapakita lang sa video na ating napanood ay kung paano tayo maging wise consumer at dapat ang mga bibilin natin ay yung masasatisfy tayo dun sa mga services na ating marerender.
Okay, tama yan, Sir Francis. There are different health products, may mga services, may mga informations na pinakita kanila sa video. And through that, there are some of the information na napanood natin na makapagbibigay ng tulong para sa isang matalinong mamimili
ng isang produkto, serbisyo at impormasyon. Di ba, Ma'am Ana? Okay, may mga pinakita rin dyan ng mga professional, mga doctors, no, mga iba't ibang doktor. Ang tawag doon, ipinakita dyan yung mga kung paano nila mapapagaling yung mga may skin diseases, no, saan sila kukonsulta. Okay.
And So, in our day-to-day existence, talagang gumagamit tayo ng mga different products. And
Yes.
actually, the advertisement or the video that we have watched a while ago is they are trying to convince us that pagbubutihin pa raw nila ang serbisyo para sa ating mga mamamayan. Okay. In general, Ma'am Joanna,
Okay, and for today's lesson, we will discuss about consumer health and its components. We have health information, health products, and health services. So what is all about health consumer or consumer health? Consumer health is a wide selection of health products, agencies concerned with the control of products and services, evaluation of quackery, and health misconception, health careers, and health insurance. So, ang inaano nito, ang punto nito, yung pagiging isang wise consumer o isang matalinong mamimili ng mga produkto, serbisyo, at informasyon na kung saan, compare natin ngayon sa tinatawag nating health consumers, ayun naman yung mga tao na gumagamit, nagko-consume o nag-a-avail ng mga products, mga health information, and health services. So, be aware of the quality of goods na ating binibili. So, why is it important, Sir Francis?
Okay, so consumer health is important because it helps to encourage consumer to be united and raise collective voice against the practice of adulteration and quackery. It gives the knowledge of the existing laws and protection of their consumer rights. Sabi nga nila, sa panahon ngayon, uso ang budol. Budol is real. Kaya kung hindi tayo matalinong mamimili, tayo ay mabubudol.
Maraming
Makakabili
online.
tayo ng mga Jape.
Mga online.
Diba, Sir Dante?
yes, mga fake talaga.
Lalo sa online.
Yes, lalo na kung mabibili natin ay ang mabibili natin mga cosmetic product, ano?
Mga buy one, take
Lalo na
one.
tayo, Ma'am Joanna, nag-wish tayo na tumangos ang ating ilong. Maraming mga budol dyan. na magpapatapos ng ilong, kaya kami ni Ma'am Joanna, parang kontento na yata kami sa aming mga ilong.
Ganun mo na lang.
Baka nabudol pa tayo, Ma'am Joanna.
Be contented of what you have.
Yes! Para sa mga nabubudol naman, ang consumer health kasi is meron tayong mga karapatan, may mga rights tayo, na yun yung malalaman natin mamaya. Kung ano yung mga rights natin as a consumer.
Okay.
So let's continue, Ma'am Ana.
Okay, let's move on to the first component of consumer health. Okay, number one is health information. Okay, so what is health information? Okay, health information, okay, it refers to any concept, step, or advice that various sources give to aid the health status of an individual. The type of information varies depending on various considerations such as, but not limited to health, history, drugs, and alcohol consumption, and eating disorders. So, may example dito. Na example yung mga product. Na kasi may mga product na titingnan natin ang manufacturer, di ba, yung uses niya, ano yung mga ingredients, then date of manufacturing, and especially yung expiration date. No? Okay, so yun yung health information. Kapag bibili tayo halimbawa ng mga canned goods o mga pagkain, halimbawa kapag titingnan mo yung kung kailan mag-expire yung mga pagkain na yon, no? Expiration date. So kailangan alam natin lahat yun.
So, anong right ng consumer yan, Sir Francis? Pag
Yes,
nag-expire
so
na
bago natin
yung
malaman yung mga iba't ibang information about that stuff, alamin muna natin kung ano na ba pala yung mga rights ng consumer.
Consumer rights.
Siyempre, as a consumer, we have the right of basic needs. So, ano ba yung mga basic needs natin? Yan yung mga binibili natin, Sir Dante, di ba? Yung ating pagkain, yung ating tirahan, clothes, yan. Yes, mga basic needs natin yan. Kaya dapat lang na masatisfy tayo doon sa mga bibilin natin because that is our basic needs. So, meron tayong karapatan na makakain ng masustansya, karapatan na makabili ng mga yung mga hindi fake na mga product. And number two, rights din ng consumer is the right to safety. Kaya dapat maging ligtas tayo sa mga services na i-render sa atin. Dapat ligtas ito. Hindi yung mapapahamak tayo doon sa mga product or services na bibilin natin.
Pangatlo.
And pangatlo, the right to information. So, dapat alam natin yung mga information about the product. Yan yung ma-discuss mamaya, di ba? Mga information. Then we also have the right to choose. Karapatan nating mamili. Hindi yung kapag ibinigay sa atin, yun na kagad yung kukunin natin. We have the right to choose. Dapat piliin nating mabuti. Kaya nga yung iba ang ginagawa, nagka-canvas, Sir Dante, di ba?
Yes, comparison and contrast.
Yes. And the right to representation, the right to redress, karapatan din natin na ibalik, ipalit yung ating nabili kung hindi tayo na-satisfied. Kung ito ay punit or kung ito ay expired, yan, pwede nating ipalit or i-redress. The right to consumer education, yan. That's why nag-aaral tayo ngayon ng consumer health sa ating mga grade 10 dahil karapatan natin yan. And the right to health environment. So, yan ang mga karapatan ng mga consumers, Sir Dante.
Okay. So, na-discuss na ni Ma'am Ana yung una kanina actually. Yan.
Yes, the health
Papasok
information.
lahat yung lahat ng sinabi niya kanina, right to information. Yung pagbibigay ng, ano tawag dito? Yung kailan mag-expire, kung anong makukuha, kung anong sugar content nito, and etc. Those are actually right for information.
Sometimes, Sir Dante, dapat kasi tinitingnan natin mga information about dun sa product. Kaya nga merong nutritional fact dun sa likod, di ba?
Diba? May sinusulong sila na batas na kung saan kailangan ilagay talaga kung ano yung sugar content nito.
May ingredients.
Dapat may mga ingredients na nandun para sa ganon, aware ang ating mga consumer on the food that they are buying. Okay? Next. Pangalawa, people acquire health information and product from various sources such as authorized person, media, and technology. This is important to identify the reliability of these sources. Nasabi niyo kanina, huwag magpabudol-budol.
Yes.
Huwag lang maniniwala kahit saan-saan. Kahit ba in-offer sa'yo ng kaibigan mo na napakaputi ng mukha. Pero, hindi lahat naman ay kung anong effective sa kanya, maaaring hindi effective sa'yo. That's why you need to get information first or magtanong muna kayo sa authorized person whether you are actually fitted on the use of that particular product. Okay. Ano bang reliable sources na tinatawag natin? Reliable sources are those licensed professionals who took up specialized and intensive studies, pinag-aaralan. They're the one who have the qualified educational background and can give scientific explanation to validate information. Yung pala yung mga yon. And who are those reliable sources?
Okay.
Sino-sino ba ang mga ito, Ma'am Joanna?
There are some of the reliable sources of health information. Unang-una, meron tayong mga medical and health professionals, which are the doctors, the dentists, the nurses, and some health science educators. We have also the government agencies. Next slide, please. We have also the government agencies, which are the Department of Health. We have also the Bureau of Food and Drugs. We have the Food and Drug Administration and the Department of Trade and Industry. Then, may mga website din tayo, ending in Gov, Edu, and Organization, na pwede nating i-search yung gusto nating malaman about sa product or mga services. Then, we have also the local health officials. Sino yung mga local health officials na yan, Sir Francis?
Local health officials?
Yes.
Gulat naman ako.
Yun ba ayun sa
RH2.
Sa barangay health.
Barangay health center.
Meron tayong mga volunteers dyan.
Then, we have also the educational institutions. Yan yung mga school. We have the teachers at yung mga health workers natin. So, those are some of the reliable sources of health information. How about unreliable, Sir Francis?
Yes, so aside from that, we have also some of the unreliable sources. Those people who are not expert in the field. So, sino-sinong mga ito? Number one, we have outdated customs, practices, and superstitions without scientific basis. Katulad ng fake healing, superstitious belief, at mga customs.
Ano yung mga superstition?
Yung mga paniniwala noon na wag ka daw maghugas ng kamay kapag mapapasma ka, wag kang matutulog ng
Nabasa ang buhok.
pagising mo, kalbo ka na. Mga superstitions
Maraming
sa
mga
mga yan.
paniniwala na ganyan before, but during our time, in our modern time today. We're in technology, we have an advanced science and technology. Ang laging pinapaniwalaan ngayon ng mga tao ay siyensya.
Yes. And before din, maraming mga faith healer na lumalabas na kung saan itong mga faith healer na ito, although some albularyos are Dante, di ba gumagamit sila ng mga traditional medicines, which is alam naman natin ng mga traditional medicines ay nakakagaling din sa tao dahil gumagamit sila ng mga medicinal plants, di ba? Mga herbal. But yung tinutukoy natin na faith healing, ito yung gumagamit sila ng mga orasyon, ano, sa dati, mga ritual sa panggagamot. Okay, take note, our dear learners, those are unreliable sources of information.
Our grade 10 learners might be asking us, bakit sir, may mga ilang pa rin mga tao na gana na pumupunta sa mga albularyo, something like that. And we cannot we cannot deny the fact that yan yung mga kwan na yan, mga quackery na yan, is actually a part of their tradition na na-adapt nila in their ancestor na dala-dala nila hanggang sa ngayon.
Okay, kaya nga faith healing, Sir Dante, no? Kasi faith, naniniwala sila.
Kung maniniwala
Kung maniniwala kayo sa doktor, mapapagaling tayo ng doktor. Sometimes kasi we don't believe doctors dahil ang akala natin ay magbabayad tayo ng napakalaki sa doktor. Kaya there are some people na ayaw pumunta sa hospital, mas pinipili na pumunta sa mga faith healer or mga albularyo.
Okay, what are some?
Okay, some unreliable sources also we have information based on ignorance and prejudice. So ito yung mga akala-akala or sabi-sabi. Okay, sinabi ni ganito na ang ganito daw ay nakakapagpagaling ng sakit ng tiyan. O yan. So, akakala lang nila. Wala kasi tayong alam. So, that is why meron tayo ngayong health education. Para sa ganon, magkaroon tayo ng knowledge at mawala ang ignorance natin and prejudice. Another is commercialized health information. Siyempre, itong mga commercialized health information, those are information na profit-oriented. Okay? So, ito yung mga company na nagpapakita ng mga iba't ibang commercial sa TV, sa radio, sa mga magazines na kung saan they are profit-oriented. So, ang gusto lang nila kumita ng pera ang kanilang product, which is hindi naman ito reliable yung mga products na ito.
Minsan is gumagamit sila ng mga strategies para sa ganun.
Mga buy one, take one.
Aside from it, yung mga glittering generalities nila na ginagamitan nila ng mga words na gaganda ka in 1 week.
Or imposible yung Dante, no? Nagaganda ka ng isang linggo.
Siguro, representation, kumbaga yung testimonial strategy na kung saan gagamit sila ng mga tao. Like for example, gagamitin nila si Bea Alonso na yung product na yun.
Nagiging kamukha mo si Bea?
Oo, gano'n. Those are testimonial na gagawin naman ng mga consumer natin. They're going to buy it. It's because ang nag-endorse ay sila ng tao, but in real life, hindi naman nila talaga ginagamit yung product. Diba?
Okay. So, next is, nawala, nasa na tayo?
Personal.
Ayan, personal option and incomplete information. Yan. So, mga personal option, ito yung base lang sa mga karanasan. Dahil naranasan niya, yan, sasabihin ng kapitbahay, oy, si ganito, okay, gumaling naman. Maybe siguro sa kanila ay effective, hindi sa lahat, nagiging effective.
Nandiyan na naman yung individual differences. Papas from individual differences.
Okay. And incomplete information, medyo hindi complete ang mga information na ibinibigay doon sa mga product. Kaya
dagdag bawas
parang business, parang nabubudol-budol talaga tayo. So budol is life talaga sa atin. Kaya dapat maging mapanuri tayong mamili. Yes. And the last one is the quack or the pseudo healers. Ito na yung mga quack doctors. Bakit mga quack-quack? Kasi they are not licensed doctor. Wala silang mga experiences na, anong tawag doon, Sir Dante? Yung hindi sila nag-aral. Yan, ng mga scientifically based, ng mga panggagamot. So that's why they are called as the quack doctor.
They are all unreliable sources.
So they are all unreliable sources of information.
Okay, we move on. Aside from health information, we also consume health product. Ayan. in our day-to-day existence, ang dami natin nakokonsume na product, which is the second component of consumer health. These are the food that we are eating, drugs for prolonging life, cosmetics para tumangos ang ilong.
May picture yata, Sir Francis, pakita mo yung
Meron ba? Tingnan nga natin.
Ayan. Health products.
Health products, yan yung mga pagkain. Next, we have devices. Yan, technological tayo, dami mga devices.
Sir Dante, tingnan mo yung kilay ko ngayon sa mga nanonood. Yan. Product yan ang cosmetics.
Okay.
Diba? Ang ganda ng kilay ko.
We have biological, we have vaccines, in vitro diagnostic reagent, and household urban hazardous substances, or combination of derivative. Those are actually products, okay? This product may be purchased from various places like supermarket, pharmacies, and hospitals. Ayan. Ang dami-dami pag pinag-usapan natin ang health product, dito lagi namin pinapaalala sa inyo na maging mapanuri tayo, we need to be assertive. Kung kakailanganin mo na bago ka bumili, you need to compare and contrast, at nasubukan mo na talaga yung product, that's the time that you're going to buy a certain product. Kailangan nyo rin magbasa-basa o pag-aralan ang isang product na bibilihin ninyo. Because generally, kapag ginamit ninyo itong health product na ito at bago sa inyo, kapag nagkaroon ng epekto ito, sino ang maagrabyado? Sino ang magsasuffer? Of course, the consumer. So we need to think first, we need to decide properly, we need to study the product before buying it para sa ganun ay wala kang sisisiin in the future.
Yes.
Okay, next, Ma'am Joanna, about healthcare services.
Okay, the third component is the healthcare services. Yan. So it refers to, slide sir. It refers to the furnishing of medicines, medical or surgical treatments, nursing, hospital service, the dental service, tingnan natin yung mga example sir, and complementary health services. So makikita natin dyan yung mga different services na nakakatulong para sa ating kalusugan. So these are often connected to healthcare. So these programs aims to appraise the health conditions of individuals through screening and examinations, cure and treat disorders, prevent and control the spread of disease, provide safety, emergency care, and first aid, and ensure a follow-up program for individuals who have undergone treatment. So ayan kung talagang tayo ay isang matalinong consumer, hindi na natin kailangan puntahan yung mga, pupuntahan natin yung talagang mga professionals na makapagbibigay ng magandang serbisyo para
Kaya nga nakikita natin, Ma'am Joanna, sa Jessica Soho, yung mga, yung mga nag-rendered ng mga services, halimbawa yung pampalaki ng puwet, mga gano'n, di ba? Pampalaki ng hinaharap. Anong nangyayari?
Nagkakaroon side effect.
Kasi pumunta sila sa mga healthcare provider na hindi lisensyado.
Mura kasi.
Oo, mura. Yun ang tatandaan natin. Pag mura, mag-alinlangan tayo, mag-isip tayo, bakit ang mura? Para hindi tayo maloko. Dahil sa bandang huli, ang pagsisisi.
Mura kasi. Okay, yes, Ma'am Joanna. These health services are usually offered by healthcare providers. No? A healthcare provider, a trained professional who provides people with health care. These are the health professionals, healthcare facilities, and health insurance. Okay, let us explain one by one.
Okay, so i-connect lang natin yung tinatawag na healthcare provider sa tinatawag nating healthcare practitioner. Ano ba yon? Tingnan natin kung ano yung nasa slide, sir. Pag sinabi natin healthcare practitioner, an independent healthcare provider who is licensed to practice on a specific area of the body. So, ang pinabanggit dito ngayon, tinutukoy dito yung mga physicians natin. So, later on, malalaman natin kung sino yung mga physicians na yan. We have also the allied health professional, a trained healthcare provider who practices under the supervision of physician or healthcare practitioner. So, ito yung mga nurses, we have the pharmacists, we have the dietitian, may mga physical therapists. So, yung ano talaga, yung mga binibigay na reseta from the healthcare practitioner ay sinusunod lamang ng mga allied health professionals. Di ba, Sir Dante?
Yes, of course, ang mga example ng mga ito ay yung tinatawag nating cardiologists.
Yes.
A cardiologist who specialize on the diagnosis and treatment of the heart and blood vessels. Yan, kapag may problema kayo sa puso, sa blood vessels ninyo, cardiologist ang hahanapin natin.
Nako, Sir Dante, yan pala ang kailangan ko. May problema ako sa puso.
Here in our municipality, I don't think that we have cardiologists. Parang wala tayong cardiologist dito. So, ang ginagawa ng ating dito sa mamamayan ng Aurora, instead of searching cardiologists here, pumupunta sila sa ibang lugar. Like for example, in a private hospital. Okay?
I-refer naman sila eh. I-refer sila.
I think those are what we call the health professionals. Ano? Oo. These are individuals who are licensed to practice medicine and other health programs.
So, yan ang nangangalaga ng ating mga puso, ang mga cardiologists. Okay, so the next doctor, who is this doctor? Gastroenterologist. Gastroenterologist.
Ay, hirap naman.
Medyo mahirap din kasi. Kasi Ma'am Joanna, parang ayoko ito dahil naranasan ko ito eh. Na-hospital ako because of that. Nagkaroon ako ng gastrointestinal tuba. Medyo acidic kasi ako at nagkaroon ako ng ulcer. So, ang gastroenterologist ay it diagnose and treat the problems in gastrointestinal tract and liver. So sila, siguro itong si gastroenterologist ay liver lover boy.
Okay, next.
Gastro.
Let's have geriatrician. Ang geriatrician naman na tinatawag natin provides healthcare for the elderly, yung mga matatanda. Of course, their main concentration is to diagnose and treat illnesses as well as injuries that occurs among elderly and their health problems. So marami ng mga matatanda, yung mga senior citizen, pwede mag-call dyan, pwede silang magkonsulta sa geriatrician.
Diyos ko, Sir Dante, parang ilang taon na lang, ano? Kakailanganin na natin ang mga geria.
Pero mga bata pa tayo.
Okay.
Pero ang paari na.
Malapit na. Okay, next is neurologist. He specializes in providing diagnosis and surgical treatment of diseases of the brain, nerves, and spinal cord.
May doctor tayo dito.
Yes.
Meron tayong neurologist, Sir
Meron
Dante?
tayo dito. Yung anak ni, tawag dito, si Torio.
Neurologist
siya. Okay, next.
Okay, another is we have the urologist. Okay, urine. Ayan, no? So, specializes in abnormalities and the diseases of the gastro-urinary tract. So, ito yung mga na-experience ng UTI or the urinary tract infections. Nakakaroon din ng mga, yung mga abnormal urination, na-experience ng abnormal urination. Then, nakakaroon din sila ng may kinalaman sa kanilang bladder. So, ang urologist lang po ang pwedeng makatulong sa atin para magamot ang ating sakit sa UTI.
Susunod yung doktor ni Sir Dante.
Yan, orthopedist. Ayan,
orthopedist.
Ortho. Specializes in correcting deformities of musculoskeletal system by means of surgery. Hindi ko pa naman kailangan yan.
Hindi pa ba? Kaya pa ba?
Kaya pa. Hindi pa naman to the point na nasira talaga ang mga tawag dito, mga skeletal, mga bones ko just because of that gout. Hindi pa naman.
Okay. Ang susunod na doctor, ito doctor ko to, Sir Dante.
Nung bata
ako. Ang pediatrician. Yan. Pediatrician specializes in the care and treatment of children. So, doktor ng mga bata, ang pediatrician. Marami tayong pediatrician dito sa Aurora. Sino yung mga pedia natin, Ma'am Joanna?
Si Dr. Gozum.
Yes, si Dr. Gozum is pedia.
Yes.
Marami dyan sa palengke. Puntahan natin ang mga pedia para mapangalagaan ang ating mga
anak.
Babies, mga anak.
Okay, next is gynecologist. specializes in the diseases of the female reproductive organs.
Ay, so Ma'am Ana, hindi ba namin doktor yan? Hindi ba pwede sa amin ang gynecologist?
Para sa babae yan.
They diagnosis and treat issues related to the female reproductive tracts.
So, hindi sa atin yan dahil wala tayong female reproductive
Yes, this
organ.
includes the uterus, fallopian tubes, ovaries, and breasts. Any one of female organs may see a gynecologist.
Okay, kakambal ngayon ng gynecologist ay ang tinatawag nating
Obstetrician. Ang obstetrician naman is specialized in the care of women during pregnancy and childbirth. Yan. Tawag dito, nagpapacheck up sila actually sa obstetrician para ma-check nila kung ilang buwan na.
Bakit hinihimas mo sa ganti-chan mo? Hindi ka naman buntis.
Okay mo, Joanna?
Okay, we have the last one, the pulmonologist. Specializes in the respiratory system. So, yung mga yan, may kinalaman sa ating lungs, sa ating chest wall, yung upper airways na nagpo-focuses yung mga bagay na sinabi ko.
Marami ngayong nagkakasakit ng ganyan.
Yes,
Yes.
So,
thoracic
kailangan
cavity,
natin ng mga
pneumonia.
pulmonologist.
Yes.
So, those are some of the health professionals or physicians within their field of specialization that give us health services to control and prevent any illnesses which are suffering.
And they are very important yung mga professionals niyan in tawag dito building the health the community of our the health of our community. Without them, of course, magkakaroon ng problema sa ating health.
Okay, so the services of those health professionals can be seen in the different health facilities. So these are the places or institutions that offer healthcare services such as hospitals, ano pa? Walk-in surgery,
health
and
center.
health center. Ano pa? Extended healthcare facilities. So yan ang ating mga healthcare facilities. So we have hospital. Hospital, it is an institution where people undergo medical diagnosis, care, and treatment. So, dyan tayo nagpapagamot, tingin kung ano ang ating karamdaman sa mga hospitals. And there are two types of medical care that is offered by hospitals. Ito pala yung mga iba't ibang uri ng hospital na i-discuss ni Sir Dante pala ito.
Later.
Yeah. Okay, so the two types of medical care offered as an inpatient and outpatient. When we say inpatient, it refers to care to give individuals who need to stay inside the hospital to receive proper treatment, monitoring, and care. Ang outpatient naman, it refers to treatment that does not require individual to stay inside the hospital. So, yung mga nako-confine, ang tawag sa kanila ay inpatient. Kapag niresetahan lang ng doktor at pinauwi na, outpatient. Okay? Sir Dante, ano ba yung mga iba't ibang hospitals?
Ayan, hospital. Let's talk about hospital. Ayan. Ang hospital is a service, di ba, Ma'am Joanna?
Yes. Parang pag narinig mo na, nakakatakot.
Oo, ang mga hospital sa ngayon, sa buong bansa, not only here in our country and even outside the country, ay punong-puno nga naman. Despite the fact na napakarami nating hospitals, because of the rising number of cases regarding COVID-19, you'll find it out na punong-puno ang mga ito.
Yes.
Ano nga ba ang mga hospitals na ito na pwedeng puntahan ng ating mga mamamayan o ng ating mga mag-aaral if ever na may sakit sila? Okay. Take note ha, ang hospital ay hindi lamang para sa may mga sakit. Ito rin ay tawag dito place for check-up para malaman nyo how is the status of your health. Okay? Okay, what are these hospital? First, private. Kapag sinabi natin private hospital operated by individual, ang pinaka-main purpose lang nila is to gain profit. Kumita ng kumita. So therefore, bawat gagamitin mo dito ay binabayaran mo. An example of it, na nasa picture, we have the private hospital like St. Luke. Okay? Here in our municipality, we have also private hospital na pagmamay-ari ng isang tao o kaya naman ng isang pamilya. Like for example, yan kay, anong hospital yan? Tibio? Tama ba ako? Yan, Tibio. We have also yung mga private na kwan. Like for example, kila Alvaro, that is private. Kila Cruz, that is private, of course. Yes.
Pag nagbabayad naman kasi tayo, Sir Dante, sa mga private hospital, yung talaga namang convenient, na nakukuha natin kasi nga, nagbabayad tayo ng mahal.
Despite the fact na mahal, ibinabalik naman nila yung service
Yung
sa
services.
atin. Yeah. Next, we have also voluntary hospital. Pag sinabi natin voluntary hospital, does not require profit because it is owned by a community or an organization. Kumbaga sa isang community, may sariling hospital na pinapatakbo ang komunidad. So, anong nangyayari niyan, it will be voluntary. Okay? Next, we have also the government or the public hospital are being run by the state and the treatment fees are subsidized. Ayan. Ang dami natin mga public hospital. Dito sa Rojas, we have our Manuel Rojas. Tama ba ako?
Manuel
Hospital.
A. Rojas
Yan.
Memorial Hospital.
Yan. Meron na pwede rin doon sa may Cagayan Valley.
CVMC.
Yan. We have also in Ilagay. We have also our PGH.
PGH, the Philippine General Hospital.
Those are actually example of government hospital. They are actually free. Free fees or nasa subsidies yan. It is the government. They are one paying it. Next, we have teaching hospital. Include a school for medical students. Ayan. Ano nakalagay dyan? A good example of
Bicol Regional
Training and Teaching Hospital. We have also the University of Santo Tomas. They have their own hospital that actually that is a private hospital, and at the same time, that is a teaching hospital also. So those are the different example of hospital that we need to go if in case we have problem regarding health, or we can go for check-up. Ma'am Joanna?
Okay, let's have the other health facilities. Differentiate natin yung walk-in surgery, yung health centers, and the extended healthcare facilities. So when we say walk-in surgery, it offers surgery without the patient being admitted in the hospital. Maybe yung surgery na yan, minor surgery lang siya, then pwede siyang bigyan ng reseta, pwede na siyang umuwi. Then we have also the health centers, cater specific population within the various health needs. So ano yan? Doon lang sa community natin, meron na tayong mga health centers, no? Then we have also the extended healthcare facility. Extended healthcare facility, Sir Francis. It provides treatment, nursing care, and recreational services to patient, often the elderly. So example nito, yung extended na yan, we have the home for the aged. O, yung mga yan, nakikita mo, karamihan matatanda talaga ang binibigyan ng attention. Okay, Ma'am Ana.
Okay, the last one is the health insurance. It is a financial agreement between an insurance company and an individual or group for the payment of healthcare costs. Okay, that is PhilHealth. Okay, PhilHealth is a Philippine Insurance Corporation, a government-owned and controlled corporation, GOCC, through Republic Act 7875, also known as the National Health Insurance Act of 1995. So what is the objective or purpose of this insurance company? Sir Francis.
Okay, so PhilHealth aims to provide health insurance coverage for all Filipinos and ensure affordable, acceptable, available, and accessible healthcare services for all citizens of the Republic of the Philippines. Okay, so lahat tayo miyembro ng PhilHealth. Sir Dante, miyembro ka ba ng PhilHealth?
Yes, of course. I am a government employee.
Yes, all government employees are members of PhilHealth. How about the vision and statement of PhilHealth, Ma'am Joanna?
Tingnan natin kung ano yung vision na yan. Bawat Pilipino bawat miyembro protektado, kalusugan ng lahat protektado. So it ensures that every Filipino is a member by covering them under different membership programs which are categorized according to various sectors of our society. So what are the classifications of PhilHealth members?
There are actually 6 classification of PhilHealth members. Talat nga ng Pilipino, nandito ka man sa Pilipinas or nasa abroad ka as OFW, pwede kang magbayad dito para sa ganon, mabenefitan ka sa tinatawag nating PhilHealth. The first one is formal economy members. Sino ang nandito sa formal economy members? We have the government employees, private sector employees, household helpers, family drivers, owner of small, medium, and large enterprises. So yun yan. For the informal economy members, dito naman papasok yun, migrant workers like the OFW, workers with self-paid contribution, sea-based and land-based workers, street hawkers, market vendors, petticoat and tricycle drivers, small construction workers, nandyan sa picture, home-based industry, Filipino with dual citizen. Okay? The third one is indigent member. From the word indigent, of course, din napapasok yung kwan ng DSWD. Siguro papasok dito ang mga 4Ps natin. People who have no visible means of income as identified by the DSWD based on a specific criteria. Yun nga, nabanggit ko na the 4Ps are included on this particular membership. Okay, Ma'am Joanna?
Okay, we have also the sponsored members. We have the orphans, the abandoned and abused minors, out-of-school youths, persons with a disability, the battered women under DSWD custody, the barangay health workers, the barangay tanods, and other barangay workers and volunteers. So, meron tayong mga group ng lifetime members. Ano yung mga lifetime members na yan?
Darating tayo dyan.
Oo, darating tayo dyan. Those who have reached the age of retirement and made 120 monthly contributions.
Malapit ka na, Ma'am Joanna.
Malayo pa.
Malapit ka na.
The last one is the senior. Yan na yung malapit talaga sa atin.
Senior citizens.
Suot ka na ng ng death.
Correct. So these are the elderly who are not covered under the National Health Insurance Program.
Automatic na sila.
Yes, actually, Ma'am Joanna, nabebenefitan talaga ang mga senior citizens natin. Medyo inaalagaan sila ng ating gobyerno. Maraming mga benefits ang ating mga senior citizens.
Okay, dapat lang kasi yung edad nila, kinakailangan talaga na andun na yung care
We
natin
might be paying right now for our our PhilHealth at hindi natin nagagamit. Siguro once in a blue moon lang natin magamit. But eventually, once we reach that particular lifetime member or kaya senior citizen, we will find it out na magiging part tayo, kumbaga, mako-consume natin yung mga ibinayad natin sa gobyerno.
Kasi pupunta rin lang tayo doon, magiging senior citizen.
Okay, Sir Francis?
Okay, so now that you have learned the different components of consumer health, let us check how far have you understand our lesson. So we are going to do the activities and assessment that are prepared for you to work on. So you are going to answer what's in. What's in? What's in? On activity 1 on page poll or page poll. 4 on your module. So these are the directions, right? The item number of the statement in an appropriate box. The left box should contain the reliable source, while the right box should contain those which are not. Write your answer on a separate sheet of paper. So ito yung discuss natin kanina, Sir Dante, yung reliable and not reliable sources of information. So yan ang gagawin natin sa activity 1. What's in? Okay, next activity, Ma'am Joanna.
You continue answering the what's more. Activity 1, let's go shopping.
Let's go shopping. Wow, let's go shopping.
That is on page 10 of your module. Then you answer also activity 2 on page 11. Then follow the given instruction to work in the activity. Write your answer on a separate sheet of paper.
Okay, next.
Masaya yan, Ma'am Joanna.
Let's go shopping.
Gusto ko
Pero
yun.
window shopping.
Okay, next. Answer the assessment activity on page 12. Directions. Write T if the statement is true and F it is false. Write your answer in a separate sheet of paper.
Okay, do also activity what I can do. Activity A, which is let's dig more. Activity A and B on page 13 and 14 of your module. And do not forget to answer the post-test activity on page 15 and 16. Do it in a separate sheet of paper.
And finally, the last part for the performance task and the rubrics. For your performance task in Health 10, you're going to compose 2 stanza song about consumer health. You can use or adapt the melodies of the different genres of your choice in your composition. For those who have the capacity online to do the activity, you can perform it through a video or audio and submit it to your MAPEH teacher. For your rubrics, of your performance task, we have lyrical creativity 50%, melody 20%, content structure 30%, and of course, aside from the performance task ibigay namin, that is on the song composition, meron pa kayong alternatives na pwede ninyong pamilian. Ano yung mga alternatives?
Yes, nakasulat yon mga anak sa inyong performance task sa inyong weekly learning task. Okay?
Meron so, pa Sir Francis.
Nasaan ba yun, ma'am?
Sige, sir.
Susunod. Ayan, performance task, poster and slogan. Okay?
So, pwede tayong gumawa ng slogan or poster kung hindi tayo makakapag-compose. And meron din tayong another option na performance na nandyan sa inyong module. Okay? So, nakalagay yun sa inyong learning activity sheet. Tama ba yun?
You have the freedom to choose
Yes.
what particular performance task you are going to create. Kung saan talaga kayo inclined at saan talaga kayo interesado, that will be the performance task that you're going to work on.
And the topic, Sir Dante, is all about
consumer health. Okay. So, those are the different activities that we are going to have. Now, Sir Francis, can you give us the summary of what transpired on our lesson?
Yes. So, we have learned about the components of consumer health, the reliable and unreliable sources of information, and the different healthcare services, and the importance and proper of health products. Okay? So, napag-aralan natin ngayong hapon ang mga iba't ibang rights din natin as a consumer. And of course, dapat maging mapanuri tayo, be a wise consumer, alamin ang ating mga karapatan bilang isang consumer.
Okay, so we have learned also the different health professionals that helps prevent and control diseases, the health facilities, and the importance of health insurance. Okay, next.
And of course, for the evaluation part of our lesson, you're going to write an essay answering the question, why is it important to know consumer health? Write your answer on a separate sheet of paper. Yan. Ang dami-dami natutunan ng ating mga grade 10 learners. This time, let us try to give our personal reflection about the topic that we have discussed regarding consumer education this afternoon. What is your most significant insight on consumer health, especially during this time of pandemic? Ano ba kinalaman nito? Is there any significance ang pag-aaral ng kung bakit kailangan malaman ng ating grade 10 learners ang tungkol sa consumer health? Ano kinalaman nito, especially in time of pandemic? Let's listen to Ma'am Joanna. Any idea?
Okay, candidate number 1 ba ako, Sir Dante?
Yes!
Kasi naniniwala ko dyan is, health is wealth talaga, especially this time of pandemic. So, this time of pandemic, siguro maraming mga tao ang natutong magtipid. No? Matutong magtipid. In the sense na kung ano yung mga nasa paligid nila na pwede nilang kainin at mapakinabangan na hindi na kailangan bumili pa sa palengke, doon na lang. Yun na lang siguro yung pwede nilang pamatid gutom para mabuhay sila. And another is, be extra careful. Kailangan natin sundin yung mga health protocol na yan. Kinakailangan din natin na i-prioritize yung health natin. Take care of ourselves talaga.
What about you, Sir Francis? Any additional insights?
Yes, so during this time of pandemic, during this time of pandemic, okay, nakakatawa ngayong araw na ito kasi malamig man siya.
Parang masarap magpumat. Parang kanina ka pa yata.
Kanina pa ako. Okay, during this time of pandemic, napakahalaga ng consumer health. Siyempre, nalaman natin ang ating mga rights, di ba? Ang ating mga karapatan. So, ngayong panahon ng pandemic, maraming tao ang hindi nakakalabas, no? Puro social media lang ang ating pinagtutuunan. And anong makikita natin sa social media? Napakaraming mga binebenta.
Mga online.
Not only products, services, marami. So, maging mapanuri tayo, no? Panahon ng pandemic, marami ang nawalan ng trabaho, mahirap ang buhay ngayon, mahirap kumita ng pera. So, dapat maging wise consumer tayo. Ingatan natin ang ating sarili, ang ating kalusugan, upang sa ganon maging makabuluhan ang ating pamumuhay.
Kasi responsibility natin yan bilang isang tao ang alagaan ang sarili.
Yes. Health is wealth.
Okay, tulad nga ng sabi Sir Francis, maging mapanuri sa lahat, no? Sa panahon ngayon, no, sa pandemic, hindi naman nilid sa ating kaalaman na talagang napakaraming mga sakit na lumalabas, no? Andiyan po pneumonia, meron yung inuubo, no? Ngayon ang daming nilalagnat, kaya kailangan konting ingat or mag-ingat. Kung hindi naman kinakailangan, wag lalabas, no? Para sa ating kalusugan. Umiwas sa mga mararaming tao, sabi nga nila, no? Para naman hindi tayo matulad sa mga iba na konting sakit, no? Yung ibang natatakot po na ng hospital di ba? Kaya para sa akin, mag-ingat lang, maging mapanuri sa lahat-lahat. Okay, sa mga kinakain, sa mga binibili. Okay.
Whatever component of consumer health na napag-aralan natin ngayon, two things na dapat natin isaalang-ala palagi. We need to consider what we call self-responsibility and responsibility to others para sa ganun ay ngayong pandemic ay mapaglabanan natin ito. If we know our responsibility as a citizen of this country, lalo na sa ating health, and we consider also the health of others, I think on that way, we can fight this pandemic. Whether it's product, whether it's health service, or what kind of product we are going to use, we need to be assertive always. Self-responsibility and responsibility to others. Yan.
Yes, kaya nga Sir Dante, naniniwala ako sa kasabihan na walang mabubudol kung walang magpapabudol. Be a wise consumer.
Yes.
So that ends our discussion for today in Health 10. Congratulations, grade 10 learners. We are done with our lesson in Health 10. So I hope you enjoyed and understood our discussion
Thank you
for
very much
today.
also to our technicians, Sir
Dashiell,
Dashiell, and of course,
Dennis.
Sir Dennis. Diyan na po nagtatapos ang ating first quarter ng ating airing, ng ating RBI sa MAPEH. Great. Thank you very much, Ma'am Joanna, Ma'am Annalisa, and Sir Francis.
Thank you, Sir Dante.
Everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Sa MAPEH, learning is amazing!
Music, arts, physical education, and health. Makakabali na dapat yan. Tinututuhan dito sa 106.3 Radio, ang istasyon na bigay ng edukasyon kahit sa mga at para sa iyong aralan sa radyo. 106.3 DWPR-FM. Sama po, learning is amazing.
Dapat sa aming serbisyo, walang problemang di malabasan. Iniwanag ang ating kinabukasan. That's radio, sige alalan sa radyo. At namin makabago, paraan ang pagtuturo. Kahit saan at kahit kailan, hindi ka iiwanan. Hatid namin bagong kaalaman. Edukasyon sa sulong, sa mga tulong-tulong, sulong edukalidad. That's radio, learning is amazing.
Ito ang 106.3 Radio.
Prepare yourself.
Ang siling alaman sa radyo, hatid noon ay matabang-baan ng pagtutulog at kalangan, mapagmana, tanghali o hapon. Ang istasyon na nagbibigay informasyon kahit sa ngayon. 106.3 Radio. Pernahanga National High School, Santa Rita, Aurora, Israel. 106.3 DWPR-FM.